Hi guys, welcome back. We're doing another D&D story today. This is the story of the Necromancer android from the future burning down a church because he didn't get some gold. To bring some context to the story, we have two characters, Aloin, an elven wizard, and El Presidente, an android necromancer. The relationship between Aloin and El Presidente, I know, strange names, is that of a master and creation. El Presidente was an android built by Aloin in the future, and he came back to ensure that he was not killed by a future event. It's a little reminiscent of T2. Just realized that now. But yeah, when El Presidente came back in time, he chose a location to ensure he didn't he crossed paths with Aloin. Unfortunately, their timelines weren't exactly in sync, and he overshot it by a few decades or so. And El Presidente chose to wait at a church of a popular deity in the game. Don't remember which one it was, and he waited at the church for decades, sitting still on a platform just outside of it. He was there for so long that the patrons of the church assumed he was a statue. And eventually, once the party rolled through, El Presidente basically got up and just kind of joined the group, and the patrons of the church were left to disbelief. It's not often you see a statue join a group of adventurers, if ever. And after going on a few quests, and the group getting up to about around level 8 or 9, the party happened to pass back through the town where the church was. El Presidente decided to go back and say hello to the local pastor and patrons of the church, and to look for some contribution towards his noble deeds. Just to remind you, he's a necromancer. Don't know how noble they were. And the pastor wasn't really able to give many contributions toward his deeds. Not even a gold piece or two, as they were in a relatively poor region, and to give anything away would leave them a little bit under financial duress. And he made an excuse, but he said, like, we'll give you food, you can have rest here. And they're like, oh yeah. El Presidente understood the pastor's dilemma, although that being said, he did go back and slit the pastor's throat that night. And burned down the church. But it wasn't all doom and gloom, because some of the party members know to follow El Presidente because he'd go off and do something like that. And they had some heroic moments saving people from the burning buildings. There was actually a couple of there was the monk, the gunslinger, and the cleric ran in, and between the cleric, he was using his shield to with the monk to grab people and jump out and bounce off the shield, kind of like Captain America style, out windows. And then the gunslinger eventually did that, and it was a real spectacle to behold. So they kind of saved, and there was a kind of heroic thing. Basically, that's kind of how the necromancer burned down a church because of a few gold. And the best advice I can give from the whole experience is that if a statue asks you for money, you give it to him, or else they might burn down your house. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. See ya.